here we go. We got Brieg preview dropping, and this unit is an Ice Knight hero. So another potential bruiser is being added to Epic 7. We're taking a look to see whether or not he's going to be worth the summons or not. I think that, any knight, any like support unit that you potentially get that looks like this might be a must pull, but I don't know, we gotta wait and see, right? I don't know, maybe it's just me. I really like the whole like husbando elf aesthetic that they got going on. So let's take a look at his skills, right, and his stats, and let's actually see what he's working with. But he is an Ice Knight 5-star brand new unit. He's going to be dropping, I believe, on September 7th, something like that. But he has 110 base speed, so he's pretty decent, I guess decently fast. He has an imprint concentration of HP, so his imprints aren't a must, right? But they are going to help him. Anytime that you see HP imprint concentration on a knight, you know more than likely they're going to be some sort of bruiser, right? Bruiser unit. So he does have a pretty high HP pool that he can draw from. So let's take a look at his skill number 2. So Spirit Lord's Protection. He is a fighting spirit unit. You know, depending on how exactly they make these types of units, fighting spirit, anything that needs to stack over time, it can be pretty bad, right? If they take forever to ramp up. So let's actually see how he does, right? So this is on a 4-turn cooldown. You do acquire souls from this skill number 2. It's not a passive, so it's an actual skill. It grants a barrier to all allies for 3 turns. So he is a barrier unit, so he's giving that protection. He has perception for himself for 3 turns. That's going to make him bruise a little bit easier, right? Build him on the bruiser side of things. He gets some, I think, extra crit chance and some damage, I believe, with perception. And then his barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max out. So he wants a lot of HP. Depending on his barrier strength, right? This skill number 2 might not be needed unless you go all in on him, right? Barriers, like barrier strength skills usually are skills that don't need molas, okay? You don't want to invest molas into those because you want molas either in the S3 or the S1, right? So let's see. Skill number 3, this is on a 6-turn cooldown. You can get it down to 5 turns, right? -1 turn with the mola enhancement. But more than likely, you're going to want this all the way +5 skill enhancement. Limitless Sword Art. Attacks the enemy with his sword, dispelling all buffs. So he has a strip. He decreases defense and speed for 2 turns. So he has a full strip into decreased defense and decreased speed. He also increases his own effectiveness by 50%, and his damage increases proportional to his own HP. So he wants to be a bruiser, right? Max damage on the S3 kind of reminds me of, right, like any other bruiser, right? You want to go +5. You want to deal as much damage as possible on the S3, but he also increases his own effectiveness, so he doesn't even need effectiveness, right? I think he already has like some base effectiveness, but I mean, they'll show him here. PvE, yes, because maybe this is just a PvE unit, right? And I don't know if I guess I'm fine with that. Honestly, it's fine. Like, every unit doesn't need to be PvP viable. It's a good change to, I guess, the current PvE teams, but why would I pull him, build him, get gear for him when I can just continue to use the units that I'm using in PvE? They do just fine, right? If they get the job done, that's fine by me. Skill number 1, Shadow Swordsmanship. This acquires 25 fighting spirit. Okay, so I'm thinking that this unit will probably need to be built on counter, right? Counters gonna give him more fighting spirit. attacks enemy and increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. Damage now increases proportional to the caster's max health. After attacking, when Fighting Spirit is full, consumes all Fighting Spirit to dispel all debuffs from the caster and activates Limitless Sword Art against the enemy with the highest attack. So there's nothing in here that this can only activate on his own turn. So again, you're going to want him on counter, right? You're going to want him slightly fast on counter set so that he gets as much Fighting Spirit as possible, so that he's proccing his Limitless Sword Art against the enemy with the highest attack. And he's giving himself CR push, right? He's getting Fighting Spirit, so he has the potential to like really pop off, right? If he's getting a lot of turns. If he's getting a lot of turns, he's doing a lot of damage. He's stripping all the time into defense break, right? Into slow. And it could potentially, right? They could potentially allow him to deal a lot of damage, but it's going to take him some time to ramp up, right? If any unit that's going to be a bruiser that has Fighting Spirit that needs several turns in order to start dealing a lot of damage is going to be a slower type of unit, right? More of like a turn 2, more of like a PvE unit, and that's why they showcase him in PvE, right? Anytime you see PvE, yeah. So Broken Will of the Priest, this is his artifact that is going to be dropping. Now he is a knight, so keep this in mind, okay? Increases hit chance by up to 20% when attacking, penetrates the target's defense by 16%. So if you fully max this out, he has hit chance, or the artifact has hit chance, and you have a def pen of 16%. And so I think this is the trend, right? They're building, or they're making these artifacts so that you have hit chance, right? So you can hit these evasion units, and it does seem pretty decent if all you care about is hitting and penetrating defense. This is pretty much symbol of unity, right? If it's symbol of unity, but class specific. This is specific to knights. So I don't know if they're going to be making any more symbol of unity artifacts or adding more to the shop, because it looks like they're just making class specific ones, right? So well, I guess we got to wait and see. But Brieg looks decent. I don't think he's a must pull unit. I think he's like maybe like a nice to have. I think that's fine to say. Will he be extremely meta? Probably not. I think he'll do great in PvE. Like I said, I think one of his main issues is he'll take a little while to ramp up. They have a little showcase here where he does take on the Stene. Kind of what I was mentioning. Let's see if we can find it here. So I think he goes here on this next one. So if you notice, they brought him against bruisers. Okay, he's going to be great against bruisers, like protect the Stene comps, because he's going to be able to hit the Stene. He doesn't need to AoE because his S3 hits the unit with the highest attack, right? And so on this one, you'll see here he goes on the S1, and then he hits the Stene, right? He does pretty decent damage. They have him at 24k, which is not too bad. He did pretty decent damage there. It still didn't kill the Stene, right? Because she does get defense stacks when people die. So there is that. But let me know your thoughts about Brieg. Are you going to be pulling for him? What do you think of the artifact? Let me know in the comment section below. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.